Hey everyone, so this is my Flashforge Adventure 5M Pro 3D printer, and this is its current state. So I had some issues, so we're going to try and fix it, and some upgrades to it too. So this is the wonderful pile I have here. This is the head itself, and magnet here was where the whole problem was. I had a clog I just couldn't fix. I couldn't get it out. So we're gonna fix that today. We're gonna upgrade the inside of this, and we're gonna put a new nozzle in that I upgraded to a while ago. It looks like a little bit of mess, but it's actually not too bad. I guess you could send the printer in, but that would probably be expensive. So what happened was it clogged up in here big time. I couldn't get it out, and then I found out my nozzle actually melted. And as you can see, it's not the regular Flashforge nozzle. It's an upgrade, aftermarket, and it has worked flawless until I guess something got too hot. I don't know. But there's a hole in the silicone here, so yeah, we gotta change that too. This ran for about 6 months, so it has treated me good. So what we have gotten is a new nozzle. I'll take it out so you can see it. And then we got a new gear for inside. And it's not plastic, it's metal. So I'll take it all out so you can see it. So what we got to do first is open this one. And I'm going to have to pause it and open it because I can't do it with one hand. But pretty much you... See if we can zoom in here, hold on. See this groove here all the way around? You open it there, it's a little bit open there. So you can run your nail or something around and it comes out, but be careful, all these bearings and stuff is loose, so you gotta be careful what you can do, or what you're doing, but you can definitely do it by yourself. It's not that big of a problem. So let's get it open. So as you can see, you can just run your nail, hold on, run your nail around it and it will actually open. So here's the little gear, and right there, it's a little O-ring I talked about. I mean, not O-ring, the little bearing you got to be careful with. Also, this spring in here is loose too. So you got to pay attention and not lose anything. So let's get the stuff out of the package, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So here it is. It's a aluminum gear, metal, instead of plastic, and the bracket here with the little... This is all what drives your filament, so... And I think sometimes what's happened, it gets stirred in there, so you actually have to take it apart every once in a while and probably brush it off or dust it off, so... But let's get in here. Well, maybe I can do it with one hand here, I don't know. I shouldn't. No, I'm going to take it out. So, got it out. As you can see, it doesn't look worn, but I think it is a little. So down there in the bottom is the bearing. It stayed, so that's good. We got to get this little metal bracket out too, so let's get that out. So it just lifts out of the groove here when you take it out, and as you can see now, the little spring is rattling around in there. It's got to go in here. So we got to put that in place. So let me put all the parts in. This one here you could probably save. I don't know. I'm changing both. I'm going to keep it as a spare. So let's put that little spring back in and I'll come back to you. Actually, I'll put the wheel and everything in. So if you tilt it a little, I'm going to zoom it there. If you tilt it a little, that spring won't move. So Let's do that. As you can see, there's 2 points right there. That's where the filament melted and got stuck. So hopefully this upgrade will do it. But let me put the parts in. So now this is in and the spring is where it's supposed to be. So now you just put the gear in and it can only go one direction. So now that's in. You gotta make sure, let's see if we can see that. You gotta make sure it goes in, where is it? Here. I'm not sure it's going all the way in yet, so I'm going to check it. So now it's all the way in. You can hear it click a little, so it grabbed the other gear. Then it's just to line this up, and it can only go one way also. So you gotta snap it in place like this. See if we can snap it over here. I think it's okay. Yeah, so now it's in like it should be. And now you can start to assemble the whole thing. I'll show you in a second. Like this, don't over tighten anything. So, just like this. Like I said, make sure that the wire is under this tab. It's very important. And don't over tighten. It's plastic you're dealing with. Just snug. Then it all goes back in. I'm still holding it. The fan is in here so it can cool. And now you can tighten all the, there's like 4, I think, 3 or 4. So you can tighten them. And this is the other 3 bolts. They're not quite as long as the other ones, but almost. So now that's back in, the 3 bolts, and now you're ready to put the rest together. You now got 3 plugs over here like you should have. And I'll show you in a second when you put the board on. You can't really put them on wrong. There are 3 different sizes. Actually, there's 4 wires you gotta attach. Now you can put the board on, and it can really only go one way. It gotta go up here where you see those 4 holes. Make sure the cooling element is up, pointing up. But I would put all these plugs in first, so I'm going to do that. So these plugs are very fragile, so you got to make sure there. You can see it down the bottom. There's some grooves and stuff. And where are you? There's some grooves in that, so you got to make sure you line these plugs up right. Just pay good attention. So now they're all connected, and now you can put the board on. Like I said, it's one size for these, so you can't go wrong. When you put it back up here, you got to make sure all the wires are kind of out of the way. So now the board is on, and don't forget this screw here on the side, because that's what pushing on the spring in there. So and tighten up again so you can push the filament forward. So very important you get that tightened. So we're almost ready. We just gotta put the cover on and connect one fan, cooling fan. Let's do that. So here's the new nozzle, and as you can see, it's different. It's also different from the original ones that come with the 5M Pro. And this time they upgraded even more. Instead of having the plug hanging like this, it's now in a holder. So that's pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. But you just snap it in like the other ones. That's simple. And it's now snapped in. Make sure it goes all the way in. Much more streamlined too. So let's put the rest of it together. But yeah, looks pretty cool. So it's pretty much as simple. You got to put the cover bolts in up here. I mean right here. So let's do that. Now this is done. So it pretty much just have to go in here. Whoops. I'm losing the fan. Oh, here. Like this. And you put the bolts in the back. I'll get back to you. It's a tip for you when you work with this. Put your screws on the bed. If they fall, and work from up here. If they fall, they just fall down the bottom of the printer and you can scoop them right out. But let's put this on. So they're sitting in 4 holes. See if I can point at them. All the way down the bottom is 2. and then right here is one, and then over, let's see, over here's one. And again, you're working with plastic. These gotta be a little bit more tight because they hold the whole weight of the housing, so, but don't over tighten it. So we're pretty much ready. I'm gonna show you a flaw in this. When I bought it, I gotta fix that. I'll get back to you. So the flaw is this cover is missing a magnet. It fell off at some point, and if the printer goes wild and crazy, then the cover comes off and swinging around. So I fixed it with just a zip tie, or 4 small zip ties. You gotta make sure it doesn't get in the belt and out of the way of the fan. Yeah, I could just buy a new cover and everything, but this is cheaper and it works. So that's what it's going to do. Let me load some new filament. I think this here has been in a while, so it might be a little moist. We'll find a new pack and put in. It's a pack of new filament. This is from Deeply Rapid PLA Plus. To be honest, I just buy what's cheapest. I know there's a difference, but hey, I even bought filament from Timo. It worked just fine. So let me load that. I'm gonna clean my plate also. I know people use Dawn soap. I've done that a couple times, but it doesn't really do any different than rubbing alcohol. So put some alcohol on, and then you just wipe it. Let me do that right so I can get it clean. So the plate is clean, everything is hooked up, and now comes the most important thing that you must do, not can do, you must do. Go into your, see if we can find it here, settings, and you gotta level, you gotta do the whole calibration again. We're going to do the PID calibration too, I think. Can't remember what that is actually, but you must do that. So actually I'm not going to do that one. So the bed is moving. Now comes the fun part. Is it going to crash? I had that happen to another printer. It went right down in the plate. So here comes the plate up. I don't know if I like that one noise. I don't know what that was. Maybe I have that one too close. Maybe. No, I don't think so. So let's see if we can see it from in here. Can we? Let's zoom in. Not down yet. So right now it's heating up the plate, and then we're going to let it do its thing. Might take several minutes. Should you level with the doors closed? I'm not sure. We will probably close everything. Just got to make sure it's heating up. Right now the platform is heating up. I'll come back to you when it's all up to temp. So the extruder went up to 220, which is supposed to, and now it's on its way down to 120. That's when you calibrate. My plate is still a little dirty, but yeah, and it's noisy. When I get down, I'll get back. It did go down and take its 1 0 point, so it didn't go all the way down in the plate. And the little fan is working, and you shouldn't stick your hands down there. And it's doing its 0 point, so we're good. So we're going to wait for all the leveling to be done. It's going to do a vibration test and all that good stuff. But you must do that when you change to something. Even if you do an update, you got to do this. Well, I suggest you do this. Well, let's finish this and I'll come back to you. So here comes the fun with every printer when it does its vibration test. Sounds like the whole thing is going to fall apart. Part of the test though. While this is calibrating over there, so this is the nozzle I got, and see if we can get this. They got two versions. They got 2.0 and 1.0. This is the newest one. It just came out pretty much. You saw this one. That was the first one where the wire's kind of loose. That burned the hole. Can you get it? Yeah, see? Burned the hole right into it after 6 months. The rest is the same. You just push it up in and use the levers on the printer to get it out. I think they're $19 or something like that. Well, that's not bad for 6 months. So yeah, and then the little gear, upgraded gear. This is all plastic. The new one is all metal, the wheels and that. So we'll see how that goes. So we're almost done over here. So hold on. So I put the new filament roll on through the. Can you see that? No, you cannot. Whoops! I don't want to drop the phone through the tube. And pushed it all the way through, and I have the tube like this. Good thing I did it because look, there's still more material in the tube, and it broke. That's a sign it's moist. So take that out, and then you just hold on for a second. And we're off to printing. Everything seems to work fine. Hopefully we can make one of those shelves. So this is the upgrade. It was an impossible clock. I had to take everything apart. And while I did that, I might as well upgrade it to the new version 2.0 nozzle. That is an aftermarket, but works very good. So yeah, and then metal gear too. It's all metal now instead of plastic. But it was a pretty tough clog. I tried all. Well, I think it's because the nozzle was kind of fried. So I guess I'll get another nozzle and just have it in stock instead of waiting. I think I waited 2 weeks for everything. It does come from China because yeah, your printers are from China. So most of them, well, not all of them, I think. So yeah, we'll see if this finished, or is finishing good. So far so good. Everything seems to be working. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and push like. I just started this channel, printing channel, so we'll see how it goes. I do a lot of metal detecting too, but this is my second hobby, and actually I print stuff for my metal detecting too. Holders and coil levels and all kind of stuff. You can print whatever you want, pretty much. So yeah, I see some lines. No, it's just because I'm kind of zooming in. So yeah, this is how you unclog a bad one when you gotta take it all apart. You all have a nice day.